A year after we told you. And I want to get Paul Watson on the line, then I'm going to your calls after this break. I want to get Paul online to give him his mission on air. Paul Watson, our hardest worker when it comes to writing, and everybody does a great job. He's here now. He's not home. He's here. Let's bring Watson up right now. Paul Watson.
Hi, Alex.
Well, here is CNet News, a division of CBS News. Feds admit storing checkpoint body images at one federal courthouse just from Florida. They have saved tens of thousands of images. Of course, it's for their naked body scanning. And we reported on this 11 years ago that major clothiers were putting in tailor machines that scan your body. That data is then sold to the feds. This is a biometric scan. It gives you cancer, and they're storing your naked body, and it violates child porn laws. I want you to do an article saying naked body scanners, aren't just storing it, the rest of the story, and tell people, see, we told you so, in all those, 10, 15 or more articles that you and Steve and Kurt have written when we documented that their own documents say they're storing it, which shows they're a pack of criminal liars. Of course they lied to you. All they do is lie to the public and tell you that everything's okay. Watson, this is incredible, though, that these creatures now admit it gives you cancer and that they are storing it, and it does scan your genitals, and they are keeping it for law enforcement, Watson.
Well, I mean, they've lied about these body scanner devices at every turn. I mean, they were introduced on the basis that they don't show clear images of genitalia, and yet, right from the very beginning, on the TSA's own website, you could go on there and see the kind of images that these produce, and they produce a clear outline of genitalia. Indeed, that's what the researchers, for example, from the London Guardian, who went in and looked at the trial, said that it produces, quote, eerily visible images of genitalia.
And to make sure they've got the scanner tuned right, they look at the genital, the female folds and the male shape to make sure it's tuned. Just like a photographer looks at the eye or looks at moles on the face when you're taking a photo, when you're tuning a camera to focus it, a video camera or a still photo. In the handbook, they are told to look at the genitals, training them. Watson, it's just so incredible. Stay there. I want to get some final comments from you on this. Then I'm getting back into the mass extermination program. And then your phone calls. Mark, Jason, Miguel, Beth, Craig, and others. We'll be right back. I haven't even gotten in to the point that in Texas they've now admitted that, they take all your baby's DNA at birth and give it to the Pentagon, and the Pentagon gives your local community money. And they act like, the headline is State of Texas bartering your baby's DNA. They're not bartering it. It's a 38-year-old secret global program. But the media never reports on the full story. They go, okay, it's true. The conspiracy theorists are right. They're storing your baby's DNA. Now, look at this CNet news story, top news story on drugs. We just posted it. Link to it up on Infowars.com. Feds admit storing checkpoint body scan images. And it says the federal marshals have a Gen 2 machine hooked in, and at one airport, 40,000 images. It says that they boast that it can be operated remotely, and the Gen 2 detection engine capability is stored with your name, and your naked body 360 scan is then transferred to the federal marshals, and they have a naked body scan of your children, your wife. Isn't that funny? I mean, imagine if the cops grabbed your wife off the street randomly, stripped her down and took color photos of her, you'd go crazy. But they run you through the airports and do this, and it's A-OK. Paul Watson, this is incredible.
Well, I mean, the shocking thing about it is that the fact that these images produce clear, visible shots of genitalia, and you've got children going through these. In the UK, they make you go through them. You don't get a choice. And it breaks child pornography laws. And a lot of these kind of people that work for the TSA and airport security have been habitually caught abusing their power. And many of them have been caught using these naked body scanners to harass their own colleagues. So you've got the worst possible breed of individuals running these machines. They completely violate privacy, and they produce radiation at 20 times the dose we were originally told. Columbia University reported back in June that they were placing millions of people at risk.
Well, I want to be clear. They give you cancer. That's mainline scientists and universities. They lied from the beginning about what the machines are even for. They're designed to get a naked 360 biometric scan of your body. And from the inception, the Electronic Privacy Information Center got the documents that these devices are designed to be deployed in a way that allows the images to be routinely stored and recorded, which is exactly what the Marshals Service is doing. 35,314 images stored just on one machine in Orlando, Florida, from the airport. Everybody run through that at that one airport, 35,000 plus stored. It's totally illegal. The criminal, degenerate, murderous Homeland Security lied to everybody and said they weren't. From the beginning, they were doing it. Just like they lie about why the fluoride's in the water when their own documents say it's meant to sterilize you and give you cancer. Just like they lie about bisphenol A and now admit it's sterilizing us and giving us cancer. I mean, Watson, we've got to wake up, even myself and you and everyone, just how murderous and lying and criminal they are. They are complete scumbag criminals, and they have a bunch of dumbed-down fluoride head, TSA cops and others that'll do whatever they're told, and it's total evil. They're bathing our children in radiation in the naked body scanners. They're saying they're going to have a mobile on the streets of America to travel. They've got dumbed-down, brain-damaged cops pulled from the general public running it. They all think it's funny. They're a pack of total scum.
Well, the good news is, I mean, there's a revolt against these body scanners. Dubai Airport has said they're not getting them. And in Idaho, you had that bill whereby they would throw them out and not allow them in Idaho. So if people lobby their governments at the state level, then we can get these thrown out. And then if there's a boycott of the airports that do continue to use them, fewer economic forces will drive them out of existence.
Absolutely. If not, they're going to put them in the shopping malls, on the streets, at the public schools. It's all been announced. They've gone in courthouses all over the country. They run small children through them. In the case in Denver, one protest and pointing out it was illegal to scan children's genitals. They now don't scan children. Again, they want to train you to let the police take your blood at federally funded checkpoints. That goes in DNA databases, nothing to do with drunk driving. They're just setting the precedent of medicalizing the police to carry out the medical tyranny. And again, police, you've been assaulted and poisoned. Most of you are going to die young of cancer. You're brain damaged just like everybody else. You must understand the government is run by murdering criminals who hate you and your family. You must join us now. Wake up out of your mind control. I mean, Watson, do you understand why I'm so frustrated? How this is just all out in the open. It's all completely evil. Bloomberg reports that every major insurance company is now stealing people's death benefits when their husband or son die in Iraq. They're stealing everything. They're admittedly doing this. They're stolen tens of trillions. The country's going under. We're going into a depression. The carbon taxes are meant to shut our economy down. India and China don't have to do it. It's just total evil. Don't people get that this is not a frontal military assault? It is a covert scientific dictatorship where they announce the vaccines, the naked body scanners, the GMO crops, everything with a front cover story. But it's never that. And we've analyzed their attack profile. I always know exactly what they're doing. And then I can search what my mind already comes up with and read the exact words they've written because I know the enemy that well. I knew it was a biometric 360 shoot because I'd seen it 10 years ago. Boom, they admit it is. I knew it was being stored by the federal marshals who were over the air marshals. Boom, it's now admitted. I knew it was massive cancer increases. Boom, now admitted. I mean, they get to fry you. They get to train you to be a slave. They get your biometric scan, and then they criminally, viciously, hatefully lie the entire time, telling the public in the last year that they weren't saving it and that it didn't give you cancer. They are murdering scum. People have to get this. They're murdering you with soft kill with the radiation. You don't die there on the spot. You die 10 years later. They're murdering you with the food. They know what they're murdering eugenicists. They are murdering criminal government. And now all these sheriffs and all these prominent people are coming out and saying, we have a criminal government. It's waging war against America. We have a criminal, yes, we have a criminal, murderous murder government. I mean, just the murdering trash. They're murdering all of us, and I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of all the dumbed-down cowards that go along with it. Watson.
Well, it's all out there in the open. I mean, we've passed that stage, but now the problem is, as you said, people are ingesting and bathing themselves in this neurotoxin, sodium fluoride, that removes their aggression, that makes them docile and compliant. That's why the communists use it in the gulags. That's why the Nazis used it in the concentration camps. And really the battle now is about just making people look up from the stupor of their own controlled brainwashing, which is why, as you've been doing recently, focusing on what people are actually putting in their bodies and the effect that that has. So
and it's by design. You know, countless comments and emails I get say, well, I know it's admitted that bisphenol A sterilizes to give us cancer. I know it's admitted that fluoride's doing it. I know it's admitted that they're coming out with vaccines that brain damage you by design. But you know what? They're just doing it because they're greedy. No, they're doing it because they are greedy. They want to get rid of everybody. And, Watson, I really appreciate you joining us. Let's get some reports out on this. Let's get Steve on this as well. And let's just point out that we, a year ago, and repeatedly since then, have written articles with the documents that are now being reported on by CBS News and CNet that we told everybody, and that it's even worse than what they're being told. You can just search. We found it again last week, guys. What was the search I told you to find where the clothing companies are using biometric scans for tailoring? And then that's really being used as a biometric. See, that's how they trick you. Oh, step right in here. We're going to give you a good fit. Meanwhile, that company's real business isn't just selling clothes. It's getting your biometric fingerprint of your body. And it's the same thing with this. It's the same thing with the airports. It's meant to train you to be humiliated, because you'll put up with your children being naked body scanned. You'll put up with anything. It's meant to give you cancer, and it's meant to be stored in these databases, and the government lied about it. I mean, when did they not lie, Watson?
Well, you can tell when they're lying because their lips are moving.
And they state they want to get rid of us. It's on record. Watson, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Alex.
I mean, I'm here watching them slow kill us. I'm here watching their stealth death. I'm here watching them. And I made that video that became the #1 search term yesterday, thanks to you again. The #1 search term in the country, brain-eating vaccines. Brain-eating vaccines. That's something a layman could understand, and that's what it does. But the media is like, oh, it reprograms. It changes your DNA, which is a technical term. It goes in and attacks the neuroreceptors so that when your brain gets threatened by something, it gives an order for hormones to be released by the hypothalamus and the thyroid and other things, so that you can then get geared up to defend yourself. But they're saying that's abnormal. All of you are sick. This is all over the news. You need a shot to make you happy. You're not going to be angry or nervous anymore. When you pull up to that police checkpoint with their naked body scanning you and taking your families away from you, when your preacher's up there telling you go to the FEMA camp as they've been trained to do, clergy response team, don't worry. You're going to have this shot and you're not going to be worried about anything anymore. You're not going to be worried about becoming homeless. You're not going to worry about being euthanized down the road. You're not going to be worried about anything because the loving vaccine has cured you of your humanity. It's literally killed who you were. It's turned you into a biological robot. Do you realize it's 2010? Let me ask you this question, then we're going to your calls. 800 years ago in medieval England, they were incredibly oppressive, dominated the public, kept the public on about 5% of the land through feudalism to keep them near starvation as a tool of control. They wrote manuscripts on it all over Europe. Same thing with the shogun and the Japanese samurai. Same deal. They told you what time to go to bed, what to wear, what to do. Samurai would routinely call somebody up from the rice paddy and chop them up just to demonstrate their power. They were allowed to kill whoever they wanted. Now, if they could have had an injection that made the public servile individuals who couldn't fight back, would they have injected in Japan 500 years ago or England 800 years ago, would they have injected the serfs? 100% they would.